In a distant, distant forest, where the trees were offered to the very clouds and the meadow was full of bright colors, an extraordinary girl named Aurora lived. Her eyes shone like stars, and her hair developed in the wind, like a silk. Once, when Aurora walked through the forest, she came to an old, wise owl. The owl calmly sat on the branch and watched the world around. "Hello, a wise owl," Aurora said. "I heard you know a lot about the world. Can you tell me about him?" The owl smiled slightly. "Of course, my dear. Sit down nearby and I will tell you the secrets of this magical forest." Aurora sat on the grass, and the owl began her story. "Do you know that there are 4 main elements of which our world consists? Air, water, earth, and fire. They are everywhere around us and support the fragile balance of nature. The air we breathe is filled with oxygen, which gives us life. He also tolerates the clouds that bring us rain. Water is a source of life. It flows in rivers and streams, fills lakes and sea, and also exists in the form of ice and snow. Without water, no living creature can survive. Earth is our foundation. It gives us the food that we eat, the trees that give us the house, and the minerals that we use to create things. Fire is a powerful force that can be both creative and destructive. He warms us on cold days, helps us cook food, and protects us from predators. But these elements should be in balance. If one of them becomes too strong, this can violate the harmony of the forest. For example, if there is too little air, we suffocate. Or if there is too much water, it can cause a flood. In addition, many different creatures live in the forest. There are animals, such as wolves, foxes, and bears. There are birds, such as falcons, eagles, and owls. And there are plants that give us food and shelter. Each creature has its own unique role in the forest. Wolves hunt deer who eat grass. Birds feed on insects and plants plants help cleanse the air and soil. All this life is connected with each other in a delicate and interdependent system. If one creature disappears, this can affect the whole forest. That is why it is important to protect our forest. When we care about his elements and creatures, we care about the magical balance, which makes him so special. Aurora carefully listened to the story of Owl. She had never thought about the world in this way before. "Thank you, wise owl," she said. "Now I understand that we are all part of something more than we ourselves." The owl nodded. "That's all, my dear. Now you know the secrets of the forest. Go and examine him, respect his miracles, and always remember that we are all interconnected." Aurora thanked the owl and went further deep into the forest. She looked at the world with new eyes, understanding the harmony and the relationship of all its parts. From this day, she became the defender of the forest, taking care of his elements and creatures and maintaining his magical balance for future generations. And so, children, remember the fairy tale about Aurora and the wise owl. Remember that we are all part of something more than ourselves. Let's take care of our planet and respect its miracles so that it remains a magical place for all living creatures.